Morning everybody, it's Scotty here from Airborne Solutions. We've got something pretty exciting to share that we've been using for a couple of months now, and that is the latest offering from XAG, the XAG P150. So this is a 70 litre capacity drone on the spray tank and a 70 kilo hopper. So the hopper is much bigger than 70 litres, so you can fit your urea and etc. in, but again it'll lift 70 kgs. So first of all, we'll give you a quick run through of things that have changed and upgraded since the P100 Pro, and yeah, tell you a bit about our experiences and a few of the other new accessories that go with the drone. So we'll start at the front here. We got a upgraded 4D imaging radar. So again, just bigger, better, faster, and more accurate. And we have a forward-facing camera. So anyone who knows XAG knows that their cameras have never been their strong point. And this has largely been resolved with the P150. The camera is now really good, and it's also got a downward facing camera and a searchlight, which we use. We do a lot of night spraying, so we use that in the dark. We can see it well out in the block. What else has changed around the front? Oh, everything is now very condensed. So this is the entire flight controller and the power distribution board all in one place. So it is super cool how they've designed it. Yeah, really easy to work on, really easy to maintain. The arm clamps are exactly the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And same as the teetering head, they've stuck with the same design. The HP blades, which came out on the P100 Pro, have been really good, and they've also put HP blades on the P150. So these have really increased our flight time. With scattered gorse and stuff like that, scattered blackberry, sometimes with the P100 Pro you're down to sort of 20 or 30 litres, because otherwise you would use your battery before your payload. These HP blades, but both on the P100 Pro and the P150, have made a huge difference. So we can, so long as it's not full on spot spraying, but we could do reasonable going spot spraying with this with 50 litres in, and still use the 50 litres and have some battery left to come back and land. Largely due to these blades and just increased efficiencies in the whole airframe. We've got a whole new motor. It's a bit lighter than the P100 Pro, and it's also got nice sealed bearings in it. We've got quite a few redesigns on how XAG have thought about the P150, so everything's even more modular than it used to be. For example, if you have damage on an ESC now, well actually it was often not the case that the ESC got damaged but the wiring got damaged. Now we can actually replace just the wiring, so everything now has terminals, so we can replace more parts without having to replace an entire part, if that makes sense. The legs are a really good example of that. So obviously the P100 Pro had these nice curved legs, and I've got to admit that was one of the things I was a bit skeptical about. This looked a little bit more not as well designed as the P100 Pro, but once you actually see it in the flesh, it's everything that XAG was known for. It's really strong, really tough. It's just been simplified a bit more. So now if you damage a leg, it's only just one simple pipe to replace, a lot cheaper, quicker, easier. We can also ship obviously a heck of a lot more legs in a box from China than we can the previous P100 Pro legs. So that's why they've gone for this sort of design. We've got the 70 litre tank, huge big lids, so really easy access if you want to pour buckets or whatever in, and then obviously you've got the fast fill cap, which is what we use 95% of the time. And we've got the same clip-on, clip-off design as the Pro, but we've moved to four clips instead of two. Four slightly lighter clips instead of two big ones. Around the back here, we have, again, pretty similar. One big difference is the XAG have allowed us to select a 1500 micron droplet, which for lots of people won't be that useful, but for forestry and some applications it's really, really useful. So when we slow this disc right down, it basically makes like heavy rain and there is no fines coming off that at all. So we can use that in areas where we're really worried about drift, like say forestry against a dairy farm or you know, council work that's really close to town. We can put on more water, up the water rate, and course the droplet up to its super coarse, and drift is just pretty well non-existent. So that's really cool, and a feature you don't use often, but a feature that's really, really useful. Moving around the back, there's not a whole heap different. There's not a whole heap to talk about. It's one of the main things to note though is just how simple they've designed this whole airframe. So we're going from a full clip off right now from spraying. So it's just 2 pipes and a plug, and I'm going to move it over to the fert hopper, and while I move it, the nozzles fold up as you would expect, piece of cake. As I move it, I'll lift it up and just show you guys how basic the whole system really is. So there is not much to it. She's motor, flight controller, blades. Just like that, we're ready to go ferting or seeding. Great for small seeds, chicory, clover, plantain, all that sort of thing. And 1 plug at the back here, and we're good to go. A few things have changed on the hopper. So they've gone from the smaller doors to these huge doors, so really easy to load. Come up with different loading systems to get the fert in there. They've gone from a dual auger to a single auger. So now it's just one huge auger that drags the fert out, and it can get rid of the 70 kilos ridiculously fast. The drone will easily do 3 loads per battery set on reasonable fert. Like if you're starting to ferry, then not quite, but it'll easily do 3 loads without changing the batteries. Again, with the efficient flight controller, it's up, gone, ferting, back. It has a horizontal spinner, so it throws the fert straight at the ground rather than a vertical spinner rather than a horizontal. With it, horizontal is great for covering large areas quickly, like a 300 hectare farm, you know, dairy farm. Yep, helicopter 45 meters wide, awesome. But say you want to do 8 hectares of carrots or a 10 hectare kale crop or something, or a maize crop, and you want quite a high rate, but you don't want it all in your next paddocks and over your laneways and everything. That's where the horizontal spreader is really, really good. It's you know, there'll be 300 kilos here, 3 meters that way, 0 kilos. It's really, really accurate in that respect. The only downside is a slightly narrower swath, but with such a high speed on the drone, pretty much makes up for it, to be honest. That's the bulk about the spreader. it's huge, right up to my waist. The next big thing they have changed since the previous model is this, which is the SRC4. So this is the all new controller. It's got its own screen, so we don't need a phone now. Still runs the exact same app as the P100 Pro, so P100 Pro users will find it very small changes to get going on the P150. Camera is way better, and what else about it? It's a really nice ergonomic drone to fly. It's a big drone, but it doesn't feel like a big drone. It's really straightforward to fly. Connectivity is also really good on it. Fly it out to 1500 meters, no problem at all, and stay connected. Yeah, so I suppose we could go through a few of our experiences with it. So we've done 50 flight hours with the P150 now. We've done a lot of apples, but we've also done plenty of forestry. It's done about 50 hectares of forestry, plenty of blackberry, but all the typical New Zealand stuff, and we're really impressed with it. It's probably one of the big things that impressed us is the battery life. So again, that broken work, which is a lot of New Zealanders' work, you know, 50 litres here, there and everywhere with gorse and blackberry. It does really well just bopping around the hills, nice and easy to fly. It's got the lane assist, so it does perfect parallel lines in manual mode. We use that a lot. We push a button, it'll fly dead straight. Click a button, it'll turn the perfect 4.5 and fly back the other way. So we use that a lot for our gorse and blackberry. P100 Pro also has the same mode. Yeah, that's the bulk of our experiences. We've done about 5 tonne of fert with it. It'll easily do a tonne an hour on reasonable going. Probably we haven't really put it through its paces, but I reckon it would get not much shy of 2 tonne an hour with a really good loading system on heavy rate stuff like a maize side dressing or something like that. There's one more thing that's come with the P150, and that's these new cooling systems for the batteries. So we can now fill these up with water, and there's a little fan in here which gets power off the charger, and it blows the air through the battery and keeps it cool, so we don't need the water baths anymore, and we don't have to worry about probably the hardest thing about the water baths is tipping them out at the end. That's the bulk of the differences of the P150, but we could show you. This is our trailer, so it fits just straight in, it fits straight in here, the same as the P100 Pro, so it folds right up to nothing even though it's a huge drone. And then we're still using our induction hopper and 300 litre cone tank and 15 metre hose reel, Honda pump, etc. to fill it. So we build these in-house, designed with an engineer to be really easy to use. And Jamie's favourite feature, this is on-demand freshwater all day from a separate electric pump. So feel free to give any of us a call, myself, Jamie and Lance in the North Island and Baden in the South Island, or just the 06 number on our website. We'll get you someone, and we can help you with everything from your drone spraying. We'll put you in contact with Phoenix, who are down in Fielding, or there's a few other options, and we'll help you on your drone spraying journey. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Scroll through our Instagram, Facebook, you'll see plenty of videos in the next few months of the P150 in action. Cheers.